Hello, it is me. I thought today I would just do a really simple reading, probably like 3 cards, and I'm gonna do it. I'm shuffling. I'm gonna do it from the Wisdom of Avalon Oracle deck by Colette Baron Reed, and it was one of the very first Oracle decks, if not the first, that I ever bought. And I really like it. It's been around with me for a very long time, and we have done many readings for many people with it. So I'm just shuffling, and let's see what we got going on. Disclaimer: I am a shadow worker, not a light worker. So a lot of my readings do tend to be on the emotional side, on the darker side. That's just how I work. Okay. Okay. So the first card I pulled, self-explanatory, right? Burden. A burden. Okay. Second card was the owl. Okay. And the third card was the bard. So, what I'm seeing here is there is a person, perhaps you, and you're I don't want to say suffering, but you're definitely at an impasse where you're stuck, you're lodged. And I'm saying this spiritually speaking, but I also think in your home situation where you're living is probably a toxic environment for you right now. And I think that's what this burden card is really trying to say. Your home life and personal relationships with people who live in the home with you are impeding your spiritual growth, your magical life that you so desire and feel a calling to. I think that everywhere you turn, you seem to be not only being forced into the broom closet, so to speak, but I mean, it's like hard. You were like totally isolated. And I get that. I really get that, trust me. And I think you are naturally inclined to be a spiritual person, but also an artistic person. So I think that you're probably really struggling with the world, which is really set up for type A people. And by that I mean people who work non-creatively, people who are business minded, mathematically minded, scientifically minded, people who are extremely extroverted. And you seem to be a creative soul who probably likes to draw and color and sing and dance. And that is just something that you're also not getting to express, I feel, in addition to your magical beliefs. Ooh, okay. And I'm feeling a big wave of like anger and resentment, which is unique. Normally I think I would feel sadness in that situation if it was me personally. So I pulled another card for some clarity, and I get the cat, which is healthy boundaries and independence. I think the easy thing to say here would be to say, well, move out and, start your own life and cut ties with these people. But that is that's not an easy answer. If you can do that, then great. Go and start making plans to leave that situation and to leave those people if you have to, for a time at least. But most likely that is not an option, and that's why you're in such turmoil. So I would say if it is just totally beyond your control to leave that situation, that physical home and those people, then what you're going to need to do is, I would say, for a time, yes, you probably do need to kind of retreat and not mention your magical, pagan, witchy, whatever inclinations to anyone, except for maybe friends, but definitely not to your family at this time, or the people that specifically you're living with, be them roommates or family or whatever. Just don't mention it. Don't bring it up. Don't bring it up. Find outlets with your friends or online. And through YouTube, through Instagram, Facebook. I mean, you know all the places. I would really focus on that. And certainly don't let your situation deter you from still exploring magic. You don't have to buy physical books to read about magic, to learn about it, if you're worried about those being left around the house. You can always do everything solely through the internet now, which is really a gift. A real gift. And if you're still not comfortable with that, then you certainly could go to like the public library and see if you have anything remotely magical at your library. Even if it's just mythology books and books on herbalism. But if you're really clever, you will find ways to still be magical, regardless of your home situation. And just know that while it sounds cheesy, it is definitely true that all things change and pass over time. And they do get better. Just not in the ways that you think. The future never looks like what you think it does, but it does get better. And the situation you're in now will not last forever, although it may have already been lasting for a long time. And it may last for a while longer, which is a really unfortunate answer, but it's usually the truth in my experience. So you've just got to keep your head down, stay focused on magic, stay focused on shadow work maybe for you. Would be great. Start exercising that anger and resentment through spiritual journeys. Work with gods who are ferocious. They're out there. Find ways to channel your anger and sadness and resentment or whatever. Channel your negativity, because that's only going to make you stronger. Don't fight it. Do not fight your bad feelings. Channel those bad feelings. Let yourself feel those feelings. Don't deny them. Yeah, that feels right. So, I'm just going to end that there. I really sympathize with the situation that you're in. I really do. Because I was that person for a long time. But just know that it will pass. And one day you will be in a position to care for yourself and be independent. It will happen. But until then, still learn about magic, practice magic. You can do it all by yourself. You can do it in fleeting moments that you get alone. Usually that's in the bathroom, right? So if you take a shower or a bath, do it then. You can do it without any tools. All you need is your mind. You got this. Reach out to people online. That is the easiest way to build friendships that are magically inclined in today's world, if you can't have them in real life. It's also the best way to find resources. Just do not be afraid to reach out and speak to people. Not everyone's going to be mean and rude and hateful, I promise. Reach out. Anywho, that's that. If you would ever like to schedule any kind of like a reading or a chat session with me, you can always do that. You can get me on Instagram at The Nerdy Warlock, the same handle that I use here. And you can DM me, and I will see it, and I will respond, and we can set up something for you. Until then, thank you so much. Peace out, Girl Scout.